Abigail Iverson, then David Clow.
Good afternoon, Honorable Senator Hamper, Representative Gatine, and distinguished members of the Joint Standing Committee on Appropriations and Financial Affairs. My name is Abigail Iverson. I live in Jefferson, and I am from away. Generally, this is not a detail about myself that I would offer up so quickly. However, I think it is important to note because for the first time since I relocated to Maine, I have considered moving. I now have a 14-month-old son, and I'm questioning whether or not the Jefferson Village School will be able to provide my son with the level of education I hope that he would receive. I am faced with this because Jefferson Village School is ranked 198 out of 219 of elementary schools in Maine. At this point, I should add that I have close to 20 years experience working in the field of education. The majority of that time spent working in and for public schools. I came to Maine to work for an educational organization, and I will do everything in my capacity to support the public schools. But I now have the added responsibility of making decisions in the interest of my son and his future siblings. Please do not discount the importance of school quality as both an incentive and deterrent to people considering coming to or staying in Maine. Last November, I voted to approve Question 2. I voted for Question 2 because I believe in the power and potential of strong public schools. Because not only do strong schools educate our children, they also unite our communities, strengthen our workforce, and bolster our economy. I voted yes on Question 2 because the United States Census Bureau reports that in 2015, there were only an estimated 3% of Maine households making more than $200,000, that 82% of Mainers make less than $100,000, and half of Mainers make less than $50,000 a year. I voted yes on 2 because this tax would only directly impact those households that make 4 times more than half of the state and at least 2 times more than 82% of all, households in Maine. However, 86% of school-age children in Maine are enrolled in a public school. I voted yes on 2 because I voted for the majority of Mainers, not just 3%. Furthermore, I would like to use this time to express my concerns with a few other proposed education reforms outlined in the budget. The first is the proposal to remove the cap on charter schools to promote innovative approaches to education that meet students' needs. I believe that the cap on charter schools should remain in effect. We do not yet have the statistics to suggest that the efficacy of our current charter schools. Baxter Academy's first class of sophomore students graduated as seniors last year. Harpswell Coastal Academy's first group of freshmen will graduate this year. And Cornville's first 6th grade class is only in its sophomore year. I'm going as fast as I can. In regards to charter schools, because innovation is synonymous with experimentation, and because the subject of that experimentation is the education of our children, I believe we need to use caution and act responsibly. Maintaining the cap on charter schools will allow us the time to determine what education models work best in Maine and work best for Maine's children.
Summarizing?
Yes. Really quickly, I oppose an emphasis being put on direct instruction in public schools, and the reason that I oppose this, if you want to see more creativity and innovation happening in schools, then we need to allow teachers be able to trust in teachers that they have that expertise and creativity to bring innovation to our public classrooms. And in summary, LePage, this week, State of the State, quoted FDR, and he said, summarizing, this is what he quoted, "To dole out relief in this way is to administer a narcotic of subtle destroyer of the human spirit. It is inimical to the dictate of sound policy. It is the violation of the traditions of America." However, he chose to omit the final sentence in that paragraph, which is, "Work must be found for able-bodied and destitute workers." Today, I've heard so many people speak about the fear of losing that 3% and about the inability to attract people, the inability to attract talented out-of-state workers to the state of Maine. I think that we need to put the emphasis on educating our Mainers so that they can meet that demand here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Questions at all? Seeing none, thank you again.
Thank you.